So we've got a window sticker here and a price of 97,298 Canadian for a 2026 Cadillac Vistiq luxury here with no options. It does carry a lot from the Escalade IQ, as we can see there, but honestly, for the price, you know, why go to an Escalade if you don't need it? If you are looking for an electric vehicle and you want something luxurious that's a 6 or 7 seater, I 1000% think you should be looking at this vehicle because... All right, everybody, I've got a real nice treat for you here. 2026 Cadillac Vistiq luxury here in black stellar metallic. And I do have to say, from every angle of this vehicle, it looks absolutely incredible. So let's start with some specs here. So you've got a 102 kilowatt hour battery, 615 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. Does 0 to 60 in about 3.7 seconds. Max tow is about 5,000 pounds with the right tow capacity, and you're going to get about 300 miles of range, which is about 485 kilometers on a full charge. So let's start right here at the front. It mimics a lot of the Escalade IQ that we have here. So we'll start here at the front. We've got those rainfall LED daytime running lights with LED lights. This here is actually your turn signal. You've got parking sensors all down below. It does come standard with a 360 camera and all of these parking sensors. You do get a light up grille, and then that badge right there in the middle, the Cadillac logo there, does light up as well. Now, like I said, it does carry a lot from the Escalade IQ, as we can see there, so I'll give you a glimpse of both. But honestly, for the price, which is about under $100,000 Canadian, and it is a 7-seater you can get, you know, why go to an Escalade if you don't need it? I do have to say, it just makes more sense maybe to just get the Vistiq. But I gotta say, overall at the front, I think it looks absolutely incredible. So now that is it at the front here. Let's take a look underneath the hood and see what's under there. So underneath the hood here of the Cadillac Vistiq, we do not get a front trunk, which I do wish they put. You do get one in the Escalade IQ, but unfortunately with the Vistiq and the Optic and the Lyric, you don't get a frunk. Now, I'm not an engineer by any means, but obviously we can see we got some coolant here, brake fluid, and then there is your washer fluid reservoir here. But I'm assuming this is probably a lot of your computer setup here as well, as your battery lays flat underneath the seats. So I thought I'd give you guys a glimpse of what's under here. So that is it underneath the front. Let's take a look around the Vistiq and go over its options. So let's take a look around the Vistiq. We'll start with the tire and wheel setup. So we are sitting on a Goodyear tire. 285/45 R21s is the tire size and wheel. Now, we do get a really nice brushed aluminum wheel with some inserts, as we can see. We've got the Cadillac logo right there in the middle, which looks good. I like the fact that you get a carpeted liner inside. Now, you can option this vehicle in the higher trims with air suspension. This one does not have that, but I thought I'd let you guys know. We've got a side marker light here, and then we got some nice chrome here on the side of the fender. Black mirror cap with a camera underneath to encompass your full 360 camera. And then I'll give you guys a glimpse of what the Vistiq looks like from the side. So again, it carries a lot of the Escalade IQ, which I'll show you right behind me. So it's got a lot of that sloped angle in the back. This, you can tell in person that this is a lot bigger of a vehicle compared to the Vistiq, but I do have to say, inside it looks a lot like the Escalade IQ, and the interior is really, really nice. So taking a look here on the passenger side, so this is what comes standard in the Vistiq. So you get a really nice kind of light color interior. You can't get black. And then we've got a kind of brown line right there in the middle. We've got some nice wood trim here. And then that kind of white carries down below where the glove box area is. A very nice smooth dashboard, as we can see. And we'll get into the driver's side in just a moment. On the bottom here, we get the Cadillac logo right there on the door sill, which I think looks really good. Over here on the door panel, it looks beautiful. Like, I love the two-tone they got here with the brushed aluminum, the wood, the nice leather appointed here. We've got lock and unlock here. You've got massaging seats with lumbar support and heated and ventilated seats. Now, you do also get a 23 speaker AKG sound system here, so you got the speaker right there. But honestly, this interior, for just like, they don't do base models anymore, so this is a luxury trim. It is incredible. It looks amazing. So even the door panel there. Now, one other cool thing to mention, you get a nice chrome, or kind of like a brushed aluminum piece right down below. Now, taking a look at the back passenger side of the Vistiq here, we'll start with the door panel. You get that really nice contrast here with that white wood trim, speaker here with some black leather. You've got lock and unlock here, nice speaker there down below. Really nice looking door panel. As we carry over to the center here, we've got a climate controlled screen here with heated seats only back here, but you can control different airflows here too. And then you've got ambient lighting, which you can control as well, which I think is incredible. You've got USB-Cs here with a 120. And then you got dual vents here. Now this one does have a bench. Now you can get 2 bucket seats back here if you wish. This does come down, so by just pushing this up, the seats will fold down, and then there's a button here which you click and the seat will go forward so you can get better access to the back. These seats can fold down too by clicking these buttons here, or you can click them in the back there as well. So really cool feature. You just click it once and the seat will go up and down just like that. One other cool thing back here is it does come with a moonroof back there, so the back passengers can get some light. Now that's it for the back here, guys. We'll shut this up here, and then I'll give you a glimpse of what that tire and wheel setup looks like in the back. We've got that carpet aligner inside, and then we've got that 21-inch wheel. Now someone did ask before on the optic, if you can get rid of this. You can't. I mean, best thing is probably just tint over it, but you know, it's not that big a deal. So that's it for the side profile view, guys. Let's take a look at the back. So in the back here of the Cadillac Vistiq here, we'll start right here in the middle. We got the Cadillac logo dead center. We've got a camera here for your mirror, and then one here for your backup camera. Now we've got Vistiq there on the left, 900E4 on the right. And I gotta say here, I'm not a huge chrome or brushed aluminum guy all over the vehicle, but I really like this kind of, you know, brushed aluminum they put there on the bumper and then right below the window there, which I think looks good. It reminds me a lot of, you know, like a Rolls Royce in a way. You know, they've got that nice kind of two-tone with the black. I like these taillights here that carry down. You've got a split here with that rear fender, but I like them. They're all LED. You've got parking sensors down below. You know, honestly, it's beautiful. And I like the fact here that they hide the wiper right here in this top kind of wing here. And then this here is your third brake light. It just gives this back end a lot of a cleaner look. Now, since we're in the back here, let's open up the tailgate. So we'll just push this Cadillac logo and the tailgate will open just like this. Now, since this is the Vistiq and not the Escalade IQ, Escalade IQ is a lot bigger. But over here, you don't get a ton of room in the back. I mean, you can put the seats down. You do get a little bit of storage actually, which is a nice pocket to put stuff here. So it's a little bit deeper than the Escalade IQ, but you'd have to put the seats down to kind of access a decent amount of storage back here. So with these buttons here, we'll click that once and the seats will fold down. So you get a better idea of how much room you get back here. I like the fact that you get some nice elbow padding here, which is nice. You get a cup holder there on both sides. And then, like I said, you get a nice moonroof back here as well. You do also get some speakers here. So one there and one there. But overall, I gotta say, you know what? If you're not needing the back row every day, you will get a decent amount of room. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. You know, you've got 3 there in the middle, so you can turn it into a 5-seater, which is nice. And then we'll close this up here. And just like that, that is it for the back. Let's take a look at those seats behind the driver. I also just want to thank Applewood Cadillac here in Mississauga, Ontario for allowing me to review this Cadillac. Go see my friend Zach here. He'll hook you up with a great deal. So taking a look at the back seats behind the driver's side, we'll start here with the door panel. We've got a really nice soft touch material here at the top with some wood trim. We've got your speaker there. Nice soft padding here for your armrest. Speaker there as well. We've got lock and unlock there with your window controls. Nice brushed aluminum piece here on the door sill. And as we carry over the seat, really nice plush seating here. I do have to say the seats are very, very comfy. You do get the same controls here on the sides. Here in the center, like I showed you guys, you can control your climate control. You got heated seats back here. You can control the third row seating, and then also you've got ambient lighting, which you can customize and control, which is pretty incredible. 2 vents down here, USB-Cs, and then a 120. Now, overall, for this being a standard vehicle, like there's no options typically on this vehicle when it comes to base because everything's included. This is all standard. So, you know, when you get this vehicle, this is what it comes with, which is incredible. And it does have that beautiful moonroof, which does open. That is a moonroof that opens, which is nice to note. And then you got speakers all around the top ceiling of the vehicle. So that's it for the back here, guys. Let's take a look at the front. So before we hop in, I just want to show you guys the charge port here. It is on the driver's side. So you just click the top right there, and that exposes the charge port. And then you close it by just clicking that button there. And then you get that nice chrome piece there. So now let's take a look inside the Vistiq here. we'll start here with the door panel. Same type of material here at the top. We got some nice wood trim, soft padding here. We've got heated and ventilated seats with memory seating here. Now I do wish they included that over on the passenger side, but you can get it optioned in the higher trims. You got lumbar support with massaging seats. You've got your window controls here, lock and unlock, power folding mirrors here as well. Nice speaker down here with some storage as well. Here is that nice door sill here with that brushed aluminum. Over here, we get that same type of seating arrangement here. Nice soft plush seating, which looks and feels incredible. You also get speakers in the headrest on both the passenger and the driver seats. And then we've got some controls here, so your tailgate release, brightness for your interior here, and then your parking brake. And then over here is your hood latch release. But overall, I do have to say, honestly, it is a beautiful interior. So let's talk about it as we hop inside. So we are inside the Cadillac Vistiq here. We'll start with the steering wheel. You've got Super Cruise here at the top with your forward collision alert. You've got a heated steering wheel here. You've got a V mode here. So if you click that, comes on over here. So V Max gives you kind of like a sport mode power. And then over here on the right controls your front infotainment as well as your audio and then your Bluetooth settings. Over here on the left side, we've got a manual regen for braking and then your toggle for your wipers. And then over here is your transmission select. This here will monitor your eyes when you are driving. So here is your front display screen, which you can change via these buttons over here. So if we click this here, you've got a menu layout, so you can control your lights or your trip. So we'll hit that. We've got tripometer there. We've got your headlights if you want to control them as well. You got layout. So we've got gauge here. So we'll go to energy. We've got map here, which we can go on and click. So the map will just load onto here, which is nice. And then we've got your assist and then clean, which just gives it a nice clean screen. But I like this here. I think it looks a little bit nicer, you know, just kind of clean. And then you can link it to drive mode as well. So if you got your sport mode on, it will change. That's here at the front. Now at the top here, there is no heads-up display. This here is actually your forward collision alert. It blinks onto the glass there, so you can see it kind of flashes red. But you've got speakers here at the top there. It's all soft touch material here. It is a pretty nice dash. I do wish there was kind of like some stitching going on, but you know what? I think it's a nice clean look. You've got a speaker over there as well. And then here we've got that nice brushed aluminum carried throughout the whole vehicle. This whole screen here is a 33-inch display screen. And then here's your audio function, which you can control. So we'll hit home here. Now you can control the screen via your fingers or this dial down below. So we'll start here. We got your drive modes here. So if we put it into sport, it will change this display screen here, and then tour, it will go back to normal. And then you've got hotkeys down here, but you also have a nice full 360 camera. So you've got side views, you've got standard, you've got overhead, side. When you're hooking up to a trailer, you got the hitch one as well. So you've got a ton of camera options here, which is awesome. You've got ambient lighting. And as we scroll over, you got your maps here. You can hook up your phone and that type of thing. So really, really cool. We'll just kind of skip through this here and then we'll go back to your menu. The nice thing is you can have your map here and there at the same time. Now, a couple things also to note for charging. So we'll click this button here and it will tell you if you charge now, completion time will be in about 20 minutes at 30%. Now you can go and change this all the way up to 80%. You can charge later. So a ton of options you can do in this screen. Now, one other thing to note is when it comes to regenerative braking, we'll click this button here. It says one pedal driving normal. You can have it off. When it is on normal, you can feel like a little bit of more G-force to it. When it's off, that means it won't do it. It will kind of coast. This is where this manual regen button will come into play. Now, one other thing to note is if you want to turn off the vehicle, you can just exit the vehicle and lock it, and that's how you can shut it off. Or you can click this button here and just have the vehicle turn off just by clicking this button. So hit vehicle off. Now down here, you can control the climate via this touchscreen here, which I think is crazy because you get another touchscreen here. You can do front, second row, and third row. And then you've got seat adjustments here too. So you can put your heated steering wheel on here. You can control your massage seating, your positions of your seats too. So ton of options here, which I think is nice. It just reminds me a lot of the kind of S-Class vehicles, you know, in the Mercedes lineup. You've got all this, but you know what? For the price, you can't really go wrong. And then underneath here, you get a little bit more storage with wireless charging. Now this here, you can control the screen just by clicking these buttons here and moving the dial. So as you can see there, the screen is, you know, moving and I can control whatever I need to. Now you can park the vehicle too just by clicking this button here, which is another standard feature, which is incredible. I love the fact that you can do that. Now, as we carry over to the center here, we've got your cup holders here, and then we've got a center console area here with USB-C, and then you got a pretty deep pocket, I do have to say. Now, up here at the top, we've got that rear camera mirror, like I was mentioning. At the back, you got your OnStart controls here, and then your sunroof. Now, the nice thing is that you do get a sunroof that opens, as opposed to one just being fixed like in most electric vehicles. So I know I covered a lot here, but honestly, guys, I do think that this vehicle is beautiful for the price. If you are looking for an electric vehicle and you want something luxurious that's a 6 or 7 seater, I 1000% think you should be looking at this vehicle, because on a standard option vehicle, this is all you get. You get all of these options here that are standard. So highly recommend looking at this vehicle. Now, the window sticker is right behind me, so let's go take a look at that. All right, guys, so we've got a window sticker here and a price of 97,298 Canadian for a 2026 Cadillac Vistiq luxury here with no options. So I don't know, I know there's a little bit of a glare here, but there are no options on this vehicle. Guys, this is a vehicle that comes standard, right? There are no options on it. I mean, honestly, for $100,000 and a vehicle that comes this equipped, that's standard. You got parking sensors, you got a front camera, side cameras, rear camera. Like, it just looks stunning. And I highly recommend this vehicle if you are looking for a 6 or 7 seater vehicle that is electric and you want something luxurious. So that concludes this review, guys, and we will see you in the next one.